Welcome. You're listening to the Keeping Ashland Healthy podcast, a podcast production of the Mental Health and Recovery Board of Ashland County, Ohio. Thanks for joining us.
And welcome back into the studio for another episode of Keeping Ashland Healthy. This is a podcast of the Mental Health and Recovery Board right here in Ashland County, Ohio. My name is David Ross. I am the executive director of the board. And on today's episode, a rather brief episode, really. I hear all the clapping and the cheering on the brief episode. I just wanted to make sure folks knew about the upcoming annual luncheon that the board is having on October 22nd over at Upper Convo. Starts at noon. We'll get you out of there by 1:15 so you can still get back to work and do all the other things you need to do. But this is one of those things that we do obviously annually. It used to be dinner. Now it's a lunch. People have told us that they find that more convenient. So we love working with our partners at AU in the catering department. And we promise to keep it short, to the point, hopefully interesting. This year's keynote is Steve Paramore. Most of you know Steve if you have kids or grandkids or know somebody in the Ashland City School District. Steve is the superintendent. And I want to read a little bit of his bio. He's a lifelong Ashland resident, 99 graduate of the Ashland High School himself. I think that's a kind of a cool concept to graduate from a school and then turn back around and be the superintendent years later. Paramore earned his bachelor's degree in business administration from Florida Southern College, where he was also a standout athlete, achieving four-time NCAA Division II All-American status in men's golf and contributing to the college's 2000 national championship team. That's awesome. After college, he returned to Ashland, began substitute teaching, and then moved into a full-time physical ed role at Ashland City Schools in 2004. So as you can see just from that opening piece of his bio, Steve, really cares about the Ashland community and wants to be involved with the educational system, particularly at the high school. He's got a Master of Education in Curriculum and Instruction and Master of Education in Educational Administration, both from Ashland University. Again, local. He completed his superintendent's license at Ashland University in 2017. It says here, Paramore values innovation and continuous improvement for Ashland City Schools, focusing on teacher retention, staff development, and preparing the district for technological advancements such as AI. What I've enjoyed getting to know Steve is he's just all in his commitment for kids and families here in Ashland. And when I had asked him to speak about the liaison program, which again, as you know, this is one of the largest programs that the boards fund, and by far it's the largest program that we fund with local levy dollars. He was just couldn't say yes quick enough. And I appreciate that because Mr. Paramore is a very busy man. So you want to come out to the luncheon, of course, for the great food. We will have brief opening remarks that I'll make, and they are brief because I want to get you to lunch, and then I want to do a little bit of education about the board, who's on the board, who cycled off, just a little bit about the board's annual report. So we released the annual report to the public for the first time at the annual luncheon, and this will be for the fiscal year that just ended June 30th. So this will be fiscal year 2025. I won't go into the whole report because you'll have that in front of you, but also you can download a copy from the board's website, et cetera. But I'll talk briefly about some of the highlights of the year that was, and then introduce Mr. Paramore, who will speak. After Steve is done, though, this is my favorite part after our keynote is two awards. We've limited the awards to two, the Martha Jordan Beacon Award and then our Community Partnership Award. And we have two very deserving recipients. Obviously, I can't tell you their names. It's a secret. They don't even know. The Martha Jordan Beacon Award is dedicated to the memory of Martha Phillips Jordan. Some of you in the community know Martha. She was very well known before her passing some years ago. But the Martha Jordan Beacon Award, it was established to honor her legacy and recognize outstanding leaders in our community who reflect her work of supporting and caring for our fellow citizens who struggle with mental health and substance use issues by helping them lead a full and independent life in our community. Martha was the counselor's counselor. I can tell you many is the time I've heard about folks that were counselors themselves that went to Martha just to vent or just for support or guidance. She was always willing to listen, not only to individuals that were struggling, but to her fellow colleagues and counselors and social workers. So that's the Martha Jordan Beacon Award. We have a, I think, very deserving recipient this year. And then last but not least is our Community Partnership Award. The board just set this up recently to recognize an outstanding organization or individual who has demonstrated exemplary leadership in the community by working together with all sectors, public, private, governmental, to ensure individuals and families with mental health and or substance use concerns receive the vital care they need to live productive lives. Effective partnerships are a cornerstone of strong communities. Because we believe in that so strongly, we wanted to start to identify these individuals or organizations. So that award will also be given at the luncheon. And then, of course, pictures afterwards. If you'd like to get your picture with either of these recipients, hang around for a few minutes before you jet back to work. Our board members, Andrew Kinney is our chair. Mary Dieter just cycled off, our previous chair. Katie Wright's our secretary. Ben Key is our finance committee chair. Sarah Battison is our planning committee chair. Connie Butler, nominating committee. And then we have Chad Brown, Nancy Udoff, Tom Goss, Ed Keeper, and Cindy Kaiser. All of those board members hopefully will be able to make it. If you know one of these folks, please say something to them about their work. These folks serve voluntarily. They give of their time and their talent, and yes, their treasure, because sometimes they contribute to what we're doing, some of our events. And they're wonderful individuals. They understand and have a passion for mental health and substance use issues in Ashland County. I am blessed to have such a wonderful board. The staff will also be there. Myself, Patty Palakowski, who is our associate director, fiscal officer, as well as Sandy Hoffman, my community relations coordinator. The board's mission and vision, we work through our providers and our community partners to achieve the mission and the vision of the board to create that environment, bringing hope, improving the quality of life for persons impacted and affected by trauma, mental health challenges, and substance use. It is a good time. I enjoy catching up with some of the folks I haven't had a chance to meet throughout the year or at some of our other events. I would encourage you to register today. And if you're listening to this podcast, you don't have much time, please register this week. October 22nd is coming up very quickly. We start at noon, AU Upper Convo. I just encourage you to come out and see us and be part of what we're doing at the board. Learn about what we've funded in 25, some of the outcomes from fiscal year 25, but also learn from Mr. Paramore about the school community liaison programs from his perspective as a superintendent of Ashland City Schools. I think you'll be educated and informed, and yes, a little entertained. Mr. Paramore is a wonderful speaker by that keynote presentation. So I hope to see you all this October 22nd at noon.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Keeping Ashland Healthy podcast. The podcast is a production of the Mental Health and Recovery Board of Ashland County, Ohio. You can reach the board by calling 419-281-3139. Please remember that the board funds a local 24/7 crisis line through Appleseed Community Mental Health Center. It can be reached by calling 419-289-6111. That's 419-289-6111. Until next time, please join us in Keeping Ashland Healthy.